All right, let's stay in the NFC West because the 49ers can make it easy for themselves with a win, which would give them a wild card spot. But they're also facing the Rams, who need a win to lock up the entire division. This one over or under 44 points, Pearce?
I'm going to take the under. I like both the defenses in San Francisco and in Los Angeles. Both the offenses have been inconsistent. I mean, more so the Rams offense, just letting us down. We expect a lot more from them. San Francisco is about a 25-point per game offense when they're healthy. If Garoppolo plays, I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he's going to get them 25 points. I don't think Trey Lance can get them 25 points. And I especially don't think they can do that against the Rams. My only concern is if you look at the San Francisco secondary, which has struggled this season, they might be missing several people. And if Los Angeles uses this as a tune-up game to get their passing game going for the playoffs, then they could really pile some points on. But right now, where it stands, I think we're going to go under.
Okay, Julian, whether it's Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo, how does that impact your decision here?
I mean, it might move it a little bit. It depends, like Pearce said, on Jimmy's health if he does play, which is something we may not know. But what I do like about this game is that both teams are clearly trying. San Francisco is playing for the potential of a playoff spot. We'll see what happens in Saints Falcons and some of these other games. And the Rams are playing for the division and a 2 seed. So there's motivation. It's a divisional game late in the season. These teams have seen each other. I do lean under here. I think it should be kind of a grind of a game where Stafford's not playing well. The Niners aren't right. Both teams are solid defensively, even if they've given up a little bit more than they should have in some other games. This is the type of situation where these two teams know each other and will, I think, be able to limit the opposing offenses more. So yeah, I do lean under in this one.
Okay, Matt, if Trey Lance had some big plays with his arms and legs against the Texans last week, he gets warmed up. But facing the Rams pressure and that coverage, that's different.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the total I'm most torn on because it has a lot to do with who the quarterback is for me. So I think Trey Lance is a little bit worse than a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know if he's worse than a compromised Jimmy Garoppolo. And then Lance is probably someone who, when he's in, you're going to see the ball on the ground more, whether it's him running himself or they just don't want to put the ball in the air as much. I think that there's more likelihood of an under in a game where Lance is starting compared to Garoppolo. But I also think it's possible that they play both guys. Like we saw this early in the season where Garoppolo was struggling and Lance played some snaps and played goal line, or even games where Garoppolo was doing well. I think all the way back in week 1, Lance just got in for a brief stint just, to mix things up. And the fact that these teams did already face each other, maybe the Niners want to do something different to make sure they can win and get in the playoffs. So there's a lot of different ways this could go. And I do think that the quarterback situation is the thing to keep the closest eye on. So I like the over if Garoppolo starts, and I like the under if Lance starts, but both of those are really slight leans. Like I think that 44 is pretty much what the fair total is.